Gentlemen, just wanted to say excellent comments regarding my last video about my work colleague who is in love, which there's nothing wrong with, but he's totally forgotten that he deserves some of it too, in the form of space to be who he is and what he wants to do. And this is what I think most men overlook, is the concept of love being wholly scripted by the female and just simply being grateful that someone holds their hand through this process of giving and receiving affection. And unfortunately, most females resemble narcissists that care nothing about giving love, but only receiving it vampirically. Now, among all the typical comments of, thirsty men do this, manginas do this, simps do this, cucks do this, I'm not on board with those guys. That again ties into a lot of my previous videos where I'm sort of a bit jack of men not having sympathy for men who perhaps don't know themselves as well, are falling over, and they're trying and they're just being put down by guys who are wearing lion suits and acting tough and macho. I really don't have much to say, and I'm not really on your side, guys. Especially some of you guys that might actually fall on your face and then you look for sympathy later in your life. If you're dishing this attitude out, I wouldn't expect sympathy in return later on. I'm just saying. And many guys, after watching my last video, as I was lamenting the poor guy at my work who basically just wanted love and affection and would do anything for it, and he was trying to prove his love to the girl he was with because he loved her. A genuine and honest response from this guy. Many of you guys said having a girlfriend is a 24-hour job. You can't have any time for yourself if you've got a girlfriend or wife. And I part ways with this. All I hear in those comments is men who won't stand up for what they believe in. If it's just axiomatic to you that you don't exist in relationships with other people, how far are you willing to push it? If you're with a best friend, everything they say goes and you're just their puppet. I think the fundamental issue here I was talking about in my last video is not being able to stand up for yourself, your values, and what's really important to you. That's what's sad to me. It's not sad that women are the way they are. I don't give a flying rat's ass about that any more than I care about how dogs are or snakes are or how birds are or whether it rains or if it's a clear sunny day. All that you can change and affect is yourself and how you relate to the world. If you're always hoping and begging that other people will see you, love you, and have affection for you in the way that's in your head, you're just setting yourself up for disappointment, gentlemen. And I've been there many times in the past. I've had experience of doing this, being disappointed that the other person can't see what I'm emoting and thinking and wanting. And sometimes even if you overtly come out and tell them, people still process things the way they want to see them. Case in point, some of you guys that interpreted my last video in completely a different way that I was intending it. But it just goes to show we're all different, and all you can do is change the way you perceive things and how you engage with the world. My point in the last video was protect your boundaries, protect what you value. That's what saddens me about a lot of guys. We get on our podiums and fight for the right not to be treated a certain way, but we don't fight for the right to treat ourselves and our values a certain way. At the heart of this gynocentric climate that does not include men at all, that wants men to disappear unless they're servile, is this real deep thirst for men to find some sort of meaning and, most importantly, an identity. We're not used to finding an identity in and of ourselves. Those historic times have long gone because the mentorship of those old minds no longer mentor the young. The only people that are training and mentoring us are women and a system that wants us servile. So it's really hard for men to start from zero again and find some inherent value, some inherent footing within themselves with which they can engage with the world, which does include women, which does include bad jobs and bosses, and find meaning rather than being a human doing for others. Unfortunately, We're largely wired to find meaning through doing things, gentlemen. Men keep giving ground in these small ways to women. If I give a woman 100 small victories, the one major one that I want, which is peace of mind and letting me do what I want and letting me engage with my passions and hobbies, those 100 little victories will at least add up to compensate for this. But no, it doesn't work that way. You know the saying, you give an inch, they take a mile. My friend Quasimandias quite rightly said in the comments, if you don't give yourself permission, you'll seek it somewhere else. And that's very important. You will seek it unconsciously as a male. We're seekers, we're doers, we want to find things. So it's not that women make us. It's that if we don't give it to ourselves, we will seek it out externally. Think about that. Some of the comments that I don't necessarily agree with 100% from you guys, I don't wholeheartedly disagree, but they're missing the point of what I'm trying to talk about. I'm talking about self-ownership and internal reflection, not living defensively against the world. At the heart of our frustration living in a gynocentric world is that we're living apophatically and not cataphatically. We're relating to the world with what we're resisting. We're living defensively and we're not living forward moving. We're not living actionable, sort of doing what we want. One of the guys quite rightly in the comment section said, would Einstein have discovered the theory of relativity if he had a girlfriend or wife? Perhaps not. I'm on your side, I agree. But that's not the point. I'm pretty sure that Einstein valued and fought for what was important to him, the space to be himself and discover the theory of relativity and engage with his passions and callings. You know, he didn't let what was important in him die, and I think that's the important thing that I'm trying to get across to you guys. It's not that whether or not you have a job or a woman or something that takes up most of your time, whether it allows you to be free, it's to have space to do what you want. Living in sensory deprived freedom to me is not freedom. Now, you guys can do what you like, but I'm coming from the mindset of exposure therapy, where I've tried to live in complete safety and I almost went insane. I know that I need to engage with the world to sort of know what's true. It cannot just be safe theory to me. Again, you guys do what you like. I'm talking to guys that need to practice the ethics that they come up with and not just have them as safe theories. So yeah, gentlemen, just wanted to reiterate from my last comment. It's to look at things from a different perspective. Fight for things you value and be a better guy who fights for who you are in the time and space you need to do it. I hope some of that made sense, and keep the comments coming. Some of those comments in the last video were fantastic, guys. I really appreciate it. My comment section is more and more turning into something I always wanted it to be. Keep it coming. I'll talk to you very soon. See ya.